will now never get, at least not for what they were supposed to get it for, because the White House plans to take $500 million in unspent highway funds available to states and let Washington take it to create jobs. Transportation Secretary Ray LaHood announcing the $470 million will go to, stop me if you have heard this before, repairing crumbling roads and bridges. But is anyone looking at our crumbling finances? A debt so out of control, the interest, just the interest to carry it each year, cost us $240 billion each year, every year. And far from addressing it this year, market watcher Craig Smith says we are doubling down this year, setting up what could be an awful next year. Spell it out, Craig.
Follow the money, Neil. I mean, you're going to see this money go to swing states that are very labor union friendly. I suspect that this is no different than the runaround that the president did on the immigration bill to pander to the Hispanic vote, to run around the welfare work requirements to get to the entitlement vote. It's amazing to me, Neil, how this president can get away with this. But beyond that, hasn't he learned anything from the failed experience of the $800 billion that did not bring us back underneath 8.8% unemployment? Did he not realize that the wasted $535 million at Solyndra was in fact that? This president needs to realize we need certainty in taxes, certainty in regulations, and businesses will start creating jobs. Until he does that, Neil, you're absolutely right. He's throwing more money after good money.
Well, here's what worries me about infrastructure, whatever spending you want to call it. And by the way, that under Democratic and Republican presidents alike, by my house in New Jersey, I am now seeing the grandchildren of the same crew that was working on the same potholes. And I'm getting a little alarmed about it because some of them are waving to me now and just saying, you know, hey, I remember you when you were this high. And I think there's got to be a point at which we say, oh, at least spending in that direction does not seem to be panning out. But obviously we're going to pan some more.
Well, exactly. I mean, you know, it's like Cool Hand Luke. You got your dirt in my ditch here, Luke. You know, get it out, then throw it back in, get it out. Perfect example of how it can work, Neil, is Coronado, California. Group of private businessmen built a bridge from San Diego to Coronado. They did it with private funds. They charged a toll. It paid itself back, and then they donated it to the city of Coronado, California. Why can't this president understand that government can't do anything? Money has to be made so taxes can be paid so governments can spend money. And you said it at the beginning of the broadcast, Neil, all we're doing is adding another $500 million to the deficit. Everybody, wow, what's $500 million? It'll create jobs. No, it won't. You watch. $20 million of it will go to those fancy little signs that says your administration is building jobs and building your future. It's wonderful for an election year ploy, Neil. It's going to do nothing to help the underlying problem.
I just say, you don't argue this is a little different to hear the White House tell it. They're saying, well, you know, this isn't new money. This is money that was allocated to states. We're just, I don't know what the term is, repurposing it.
Yeah. But Neil, it was done under earmarks from 2003 to 2006. This president said he wouldn't allow earmarks. I mean, it's just so insane. And think about it, Neil. Remember he said 2 years ago, if you are going to get a government contract, I want to know who you're giving your money to. I want to know your political affiliation. Does that mean we're going to put the thumb on the scale for the Democrats, Neil? The bottom line is, forget the politics for a minute. The economics of this do not work. We know it doesn't work. He knows it doesn't work. That's why you see those grandchildren filling those potholes in New Jersey, and we need to change course.
Craig, in the meantime, I'm going to put you down as a maybe on Barack Obama. Craig Smith.
You don't have to put me down as a maybe, Neil.
All right, in Phoenix. In the meantime, from bye-bye recovery to